lucky ones because I live on this side of the Atlantic. Modern medicine, even though they've not seen malaria in this country in generations, at least exists here. I was able to get the medication I needed here. I want to just close by telling you about my godson, James. I met James on my first trip to Africa. He was 14 years of age, looked about 10 years old. And he was a Christian. He wanted to be a pastor. He suffered from malaria. And he was a descendant of the chief in the village. He told me that he wanted me to be his father because his own father had died. And so I became godfather to James Kui of Panguma. James led the young men's Bible study in the village of Panguma every night in a village that has no electricity from 8:30 to 10:30 each night by lantern light. 25 to 30 young men and boys would come out to hear the word of God proclaimed by a 16-year-old in a village that was 80% Muslim. A village where the majority of people suffer from malaria, like James. On my next trip to Africa, I was appalled when I saw James. His jaw was distended, and there was this green kind of shiny paste smeared all over the side of his face. He had just come from the herbalist, which is the kind of health care that he could afford. I immediately took him to the local hospital. He was diagnosed with Burkitt's lymphoma. Burkitt's preys on young Africans whose immune systems are compromised by malaria. What was on James' jaw was one of 5 tumors growing in his body through his lymph system. James was treated in the hospital, but his system was so compromised by the malaria and then by the cancer that he did not survive long. I left James in the hospital in Panguma with a kiss on his forehead, knowing that that would be the last time I would see him on this earth. Part of my plan for this trip back was to visit my godson's grave. Today is for all the Jameses of this world, and especially in Africa. James was an intelligent, engaging, passionate, fiery preacher of a young man. And he is just one of millions that have been lost to this battle.